So first of all, I just want to say that we are in the conservatory because of the lighting at the minute being absolutely horrible. Because of it just been getting dark so early, the lighting is just awful anywhere else, so I'm having to do it in here. But his last one was done in here anyway, because the boys was playing and I decided to do it, so that's fine. I thought it would rather fitting. So first of all, this is going to be 6 months update, and I already can't believe that he's been here that long. It is just ridiculous. Because it has gone so fast that it doesn't seem like there's any way you could have been here. Yeah. It doesn't seem like there's any way you could have actually been here for half a year already. But then on the other hand, I can't imagine him not being here anymore, and it's just like he's always been here, so it's really strange. But one of the things that he has been doing a lot more of now, that he did start doing last month, but he is like a full-fledged eater now. He has like his 3 meals a day, because for his breakfast I'll sit him in his high chair and me and him will have breakfast together. And when we have our breakfast, he will sit in his chair and we'll both have porridge, or he'll eat his baby porridge. It's the Heinz one that he has, that you just add the water to. And so he has that for his breakfast. Then for lunch, it's probably more like a lot of the time it could just be like a baby-led weaning type of lunch, where I'll just give him things that he can pick at himself and something just to hold and things, and he seems to really enjoy that, like bits of toast and everything. But for his main evening meal, he will have whatever it is that we're having. So if I've made like, you know, shepherd's pie or whatever, we'll just blend that up and give him that, and he really, really enjoys it. He's a really good eater. He loves his food, as you can probably tell. He's a big chunky. But yeah, so he really, really enjoys his food, and he's a fantastic eater, so I'm really, really happy with that. So he'll sit in his high chair at the table with us for dinner time, and he seems to really like doing that, to sit at the table with everybody and feel like part of it. So he does that. He will sometimes have like a pouch of food if I've been out anywhere, or say he didn't have much lunch wise through the baby-led weaning. If he hasn't had a great deal, he'll have like a pouch in his bag, so then when it comes to school run time, what are you looking at? What is it? What is it? So if it comes to when he'd want more lunch, because he sometimes can probably have like 2 lunches where he'll pick. So if we're doing the school run on a time where he would have had lunch, I'll have like, I always make sure that I have like a pouch of something in his changing bag when we go out, just so that, you know, I know that he isn't going to be getting caught short, and he's not going to then get upset because he's hungry, and I'm always just prepared then. And as for me feeding him, I really would just feed him myself. Like, when he first wakes up on a morning, before he'll have like his proper breakfast, I'll feed him when he first wakes up. And I obviously then feed him before dinner time, so before lunchtime, before dinner time, and then before he goes to bed. And if I feel like he wants anything in between, because he's always just been a what are you looking at? He's always just been sort of a on-demand baby as well. So if I ever feel like he wants to be fed, I'll feed him, and that's fine. So he's obviously a very good eater. One of the other things that he's doing really well with now is he's really strong and he's sitting up fantastic. He does really, really well, so he can actually just like sit on his own now, unaided. I mean, I do always sit with him anyway, because if he does try and lean over for a toy or whatever, he can sometimes lose his balance and everything, but just to actually sit, he can just sit now. So yeah, so like I've mentioned, he sits in his high chair. We also have a bath chair for him now, which has totally changed bath times for us, because he hated bath time. When he was just in his own little bath by himself, he would cry all the way through the bath time, and it was horrible. So we just had to do it as quickly as we could, just clean him up as quickly as we could and just get him out. And he really, really didn't like it, and I always felt awful. But since we've got him his chair, he started having baths with his brother, and he now absolutely loves it. The first couple of times were still a bit iffy, but after that, he has absolutely loved it, and he'll sit and he'll kick his legs and he'll play with the boats with his brother and everything, and he's just so much happier to take more time in the bath now and to actually just sit there and just enjoy it for a little bit rather than trying to clean him as fast as you can and get him out. He really, really likes it. Yes, what is it? What is it? Look at him. So he really, really has had a big turnaround on bath time. Only other issue with bath time is it makes him poo, and I don't know, because he could have just done a poo and you'll go in the bath and he'll still poo. So it's really, really strange. I don't know whether it's like the warm water that like relaxes his stomach muscles or whatever and he just does it, I don't know, but several times now we've had to redo bath time after he's had a poo, so that's quite strange. But yeah, so he likes it. He does poo in his baths, and but once the first pooey bath is over and they're just having a bath, he seems to really enjoy that. So yeah, bath time's lovely now. We've also changed the chair on his pram. He was just sitting in his car seat on his frame, but now he is in his big boy seat. Sorry. But now he's in the big seat in his chair, and he seems to really, really like it. He can sit up more now and have a look around. It's not as enclosed in, so you can see a lot more around him, and you can see that when he's out now he's really taking everything in, and it's lovely. And I think he can take being out in his pram a little bit longer now, because I used to always take his, when he was in his car seat, I used to always take his sling as well, so that if he were getting a little bit fussy I could take him out and wear him. And he goes a little bit longer in his pram now before he'll get upset and want to be in his sling, so that's made things a lot easier. As you can tell, he is quite a mover, and he is progressing with his tummy time. He's still not a massive fan of it, and I don't think he ever really will be. But when you put him on his front on the floor now, he'll still like leave his face on the floor and keep his arms down like flat, but he'll pick his knees up so his bum's up in the air, and he pushes his legs. So he just doesn't have like the arm support part of the crawl yet, but he can get up on his knees and sort of like push himself a little bit, because he's just really strong. I mean, as you can see now, he's like trying to get up, and he is very, very strong. And he can hold himself up for a while, like if you just hold him like this. If you just hold him like that, like I'm not really holding him, but so he can hold this. He's very, very strong, and he is now, if you put him like in his walker and everything, he's able to move himself around it. Yes you are, yes you are. He's able to move around in it a little bit. Not fantastically, but we've got carpet in our living room, which I think makes it a little bit more difficult for him. But he is starting to be able to move around in it, which is really cute, because you can see that he gets excited with himself about it. But yeah, so he's good with moving around now, and he can, you know, he's been able to roll over back to front for a while now anyway. But he, if you sit him like on his changing mat or anything to change his nappy. What is it? What you want? What can you see? But if you sit him on his changing mat now, and you try to change his nappy and everything, he just like tries to sit up. And like people say all the time, like my mum will say and everything when she sees him do it, he's just gonna get up one of these days. He's just gonna get up. Because he just looks like he's gonna go now. And he does really, really well, and he does really look like he's literally about to get up. So he is very, very strong and very much wanting to be on the move now, I think. I don't know exactly how much he weighs now. I haven't had him weighed in a while, and he's definitely put on quite a bit of weight since I did last have him weighed. But he's in 6 to 9 month clothes, and he wears size 4 nappies that I'm starting to think we're possibly at the end stage of having him in size 4 nappies. Because I like to, the little tab that comes out on the front side, I like to have it tucked in before the elastic bit stretches round, and we're unable to do that quite as easily now. So I think that the next big bulk of nappies that we buy are going to have to be in the size 5. As for teething, he is still teething, but he still hasn't got any yet, which I'm really surprised about, because he's just I mean he's getting a lot more symptoms of it now. Like he's getting temperatures, and he's really clingy, like he just wants to be held by me all the time. And sometimes he's okay if he can see me in the room. Like the other day he was sat playing with his toys and everything, so I sat at the end of the sofa and I was just folding all the drying that I had done and putting them in the wash basket to take upstairs, and because he could see me that was fine. But then when I stood up again to go and put another load in, and I'd gone into the kitchen and he couldn't see me, he got really upset and started crying then. So yeah, as long as he can see me, he's okay. But yeah, he's started with like temperatures and everything now, so it's really not the nice side of teething now. And his gums are just really, really hard. You can see like he's biting on everything, like no matter what you feed him with. Like if he's got a spoon in his mouth, he bites down on it. When I feed him, he's started biting down on me now, which is really uncomfortable. Another big thing that's changed is his hair. I mean, as you'll have seen when I turn him round, it's ridiculous that he's just got like this patch here that really just looks like it's been cut straight across. Like it's all the same length, and it just looks like it's been cut like that. It's very strange. And then he just has that like little back bit there. It looks like it's been shaved here, but that's obviously just where he lays. But the rest of his hair, I don't know if you can tell so much. I think yeah, you actually can. He looks bald like from a distance, but he's not at all. His whole head is covered with just really, really, I mean, like you can see, if I do that, you can see that it stands up. So his whole head is covered with just like really, really blonde hair, which is so weird, because he was born with like quite a lot of dark hair. And I mean, obviously, I mean, I know that it does fall out, but the fact that it has fallen out, other than his little crazy bit, it has fallen out but come back like a completely different shade, and you know, it's just so different as to what he was born with, which is just I just find really funny. What's the matter? But he's also sleeping in his cot now, which is bittersweet really, because I love his bedroom. His bedroom is so cute, but and on a night when I decide to go to bed, it's a lot easier, because obviously when he was in our room, and he was in his Moses basket, once we were going to bed, and like getting ready for bed and everything was a lot harder with him in the room, because obviously you couldn't put lights on, so I'd be rummaging around in my drawer trying to find my makeup removers and everything, and couldn't find anything in the pitch black. Whereas now, obviously, when I go up and I go to bed, I can just turn the light on and, you know, roam free and everything. But it is also quite sad in a way, because once they can be in their own room It's a little bit like they're not a baby anymore. And when he first went into his own room, I must have spent like the whole night. I probably slept worse the first night he was in his own room than I had the whole entire time, because I was up every 2 minutes and listening for him, and you know, just doing the proper mum thing of like going in and make sure you can hear him breathing and feel that he's not cold, and you know, all that type of thing, the thing that you just feel compelled to do as a mum. And it took me a while to adjust to not doing that, and you know, there were a few times where I was the one waking him up because I kept on going in and checking on him, and so yeah, I do like that he's in his own room now. It's very sweet, and it does make the bedtime routine a little bit easier. But it just, like I say, it feels like he's that little bit more grown up now, and that's not so nice, because he's the baby one, and he's my last baby, so I wanted to just like take in all of this, and I am, but things like that are still really sad. He sleeps in a grow bag because he is quite a wriggler and will kick covers off of him and everything, so it's really, as you can see, he doesn't stay still, and he doesn't when he's asleep either. So oh no, what's happened? Because we're not cuddling. See, he has to cuddle. A grow bag, which is basically just a baby sleeping bag, because he kicks his covers off all the way through the night, and he moves so much, and there's been so many times that I've gone in and like had to cover him back up and everything, and he's been really cold and it worries me, and so I just keep him in his bag now, and it's still obviously put his blankets over him and everything, but as long as he's in his bag I sleep better. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this update. You know, he's just a general really happy boy. He's very easygoing. He's just fit in so nicely to our family, and to see him, oh no, baby, oh no. Like to see him with his brother and everything, and the relationship they have, and like when he sees him when he comes out of school and everything, and just the smile on his face is so beautiful, and you know, the reactions to each other, it is absolutely lovely. No one gets him to smile like his brother does, and he just the biggest cheekiest smiles where his whole face just screws up, and it's so cute. But he, to be fair, he does the same thing for his dad when he first comes home from work. Like as soon as he sees his dad or hears his voice, he's like, you know, he gets really excited, and that's really nice to see as well, to see how happy he is when his dad comes home and everything as well. But I mean, like that, we can only do that when he first sees us, whereas with Archie, as soon as any time he wants to go and speak to him, it's like, you know, Archie's here, and you know, he gets really excited about it, and it's lovely. It's so nice to see. But yes, I think that's everything for this update. Spatula seems better. We're going with spatula. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and me and Killian both hope to see you again soon. So please feel free to get in the comments and let me know what you think of the video, and just to say hi, whatever. I'd love to hear from you. And if you do like these videos, then please subscribe. We'd love to have you back again. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Oh, they're nice. Oh, they are yummy. They're not yummy, Killian. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Oh, nom 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 nom. You want to do it all by yourself, don't you? He's dying to just feed himself, aren't you, baby? Are you? You just want to eat it all by yourself, yes.